and you're warm and you're fed, and then you were rich. So I can't understand why this have happened.
Living with New Welfare was presented by Felicity Evans. The producer was Martin Williams. Well, there's comedy here on Radio 4 in a moment. Ed Reardon finds himself writing a new film script for his nemesis, Jaz, an action-adventure with a quirky sci-fi twist. First, with news of today's You and Yours, here's Winifred Robinson.
Today, we bring together an NPower executive and a woman who's been waiting for the money NPower owes her for the best part of a year. And yes, she has tried calling the helpline. The people stuck paying maintenance charges on timeshares they no longer use and how their heirs stand to inherit the debts. And the money we spend trying to look like the famous people we admire. We would love to hear what you've had done. Email you and yours at bbc.co.uk, text us to 84844 or tweet the hashtags you and yours.
Thanks, Winifred. Well, it's time now on Radio 4 for the ups and downs of Ed Reardon's week, as Ed once again locks swords with his nemesis, Jaz Milvain.
Ed Reardon's Week by Christopher Douglas and Andrew Nickolds. Episode 3, The Berkhamstead Job.
I think more than 5 times a day, probably. Harder than it looks, this questionnaire, Elgar, because one doesn't know what they want you to say. I mean, look at question 46. How many times a year do you go bungee jumping? Well, obviously none, but I don't want them to run away with the idea that I'm some kind of physical coward. In any case, it wouldn't be consistent with the answer I gave to question 32 about the hot air ballooning. 2-pipe problem. I think we'll say between 3 and 4 jumps a year. Oh, it's 7 a.m. Down, Elgar! We have to be out of sight until lunchtime. Tuesday. I have no doubt that novelists down the years, from George Orwell to Frank Lampard, have used displacement activity, be it serving in the Burmese police force or running the Chelsea midfield, as a way of garnering material to unlock the treasure chest of creativity. In the case of Ed Reardon, there's currently not very much in the way of work to be displaced, so the activity itself, filling in whatever online surveys reside in the spam folder of my mailbox, is my primary source of potential income. That and hiding from the delivery man over a number of prearranged days in the hope that they'll take my word for it that it's their fault for not finding me in and compensate me with a one-off gesture of goodwill to the value of £10. I'm almost certain there's a muse for this. I'll look it up when I can reach the classical dictionary on the top shelf without being seen from outside. It's all right, you'll get your 11s. I'll just have to fetch them on all 4s. In the meantime, there's no reason for us to be idle. Just get the keyboard down and continue with the survey. Nearly there, it's saying. Don't panic. Well, I'm not panicking. I may be on the floor, déshabillé, hiding from a John Lewis delivery man, but rest assured I'm very far from panicking. You're that much closer to that £50 voucher. Excellent. Question 47. Oh, well, that's easy. Never. What? Hi, Ed. Thanks for taking the time to answer our profile questions. Unfortunately, your profile does not correspond to the targets we're looking for in this survey. Oh, for heaven's sake, all one word. Dear sir, unfortunately, your profile corresponds to that of rebarbative plankton. 2 words. On reflection, I decided that these things are better done over the phone to avoid misunderstandings. So, after a relatively short delay, in which I came within a hair's breadth of winning a pair of tickets to a matinee of the Vagina Monologues at Tring, I was through to an actual human voice.
Can I have your password, please?
Yes, of course. It's a bit awkward. Can you hang on while I...
It's the name of your first pet.
Yes, I know it is. I just put my pipe down. I don't like to smoke in the bathroom. Just going next door for a moment, Elgar. Papageno.
Say again.
Papageno. I didn't want my current pet to hear it. Might precipitate a domestic crisis.
Papageno is correct. Very popular name among cat owners on the older side. No offence. And I'm afraid it's telling me that your profile doesn't correspond.
Yeah, I know that. It's told me on the wretched message thing. The point is, you can't expect people to give up their valuable time and then just reject them with no explanation. I mean, even publishers say, I'm sure it'll be a wild success elsewhere.
It's your answer to question 2. You put your age down as between 45 and 55.
Oh, look, if you're going to quibble about 4 years, I mean, really, can't a creative artist be allowed a little vanity?
The thing is, it's a gap year option survey for under 25s.
Well, if I'd known there was an age test, I wouldn't have bothered taking my palsied fingers out of their mittens to type out the answers.
Have you ever considered conducting your own woozle-doozle survey?
No, I haven't.
For as little as £24.99 a month.
Why would I do that?
Oh, you never know. You might meet someone with similar online early morning browsing habits. Then you won't have to lie about your age.
Oh, don't be ridiculous. Yes, it's all right, Papageno, I've finished. I mean, Elgar. Papageno is the name of the wine merchant. Oh, my God!
Ladies and gentlemen, the Bayou Boys are Cliff on bass, Ray on drums, Ed Reardon blowing on his little black jug through his singed beard, and of course, the captain of the good ship Dixieland, Jaz Milvain. And we'll be sailing or sinking again in 5.
Oh, you can smell it on his clothes, Ray.
You don't get too close, Cliff, you get asbestosis.
Does anyone know anything about insurance? Because I'm going to have to get a new sofa.
Fall asleep drunk on it, did you?
No, I inadvertently left my pipe there while taking an important breakfast call from my publisher.
That's a pity. You missed my episode of Lovejoy on Back in the Day.
Oh, it's okay, Jaz. It'll be on another 6 times tomorrow.
Yeah, what you want to do, Ed, is set fire to everything else that you want replacing. Yeah, let's start with that old fleece.
Hey!
I must say, I wouldn't mind upgrading my damaged phone.
Breakfast call didn't go too well then.
Actually, I was thinking I'd quite like a tablet.
Yeah, me too. Where's Dawn with those drinks? Wash them down. Oh, and don't forget to do a couple of fake estimates. Bump up the value.
Yeah, that's what we done when the caravan unaccountably went up in flames. Got a new Calagas cooker out of it. 2 rings and a grill. Lovely.
Well, I've noticed there's a new box set of Humphrey Bogart films, one of which I haven't seen. He tap dances in it, apparently.
Yeah, put that down.
Yeah, and invite us over when you're showing it.
Yeah, and charge for 2 more chairs.
Parker Knowles, do you think?
Ooh, nice.
I've always hankered after a nest of tables.
I'm having nothing to do with this. As the director of the award-winning series of Claims-tastic commercials, I have to consider my reputation.
Spoiler alert, it's in tatters.
If you go to the bar, Jaz, get us some quiz.
Yeah, and a pint of tap water.
For you?
Nah, for Joan of Arc here, in case he reignites.
Drinks, guys.
Oh, thank you, young lady.
Right. Well, metformin first.
Oh, I'll take those.
Yeah, they're good, aren't they? You can get as angry as you like.
Get your pint, Reardon. Come sit over here. I want a word.
If it concerns me doing a lot of work for you for nothing, the word's no.
Actually, sit there. I don't want to have to look at that bit where your beard's burnt off. You really are a wreck.
Perhaps I could claim for plastic surgery.
You won't need to. I'm riding to your rescue here. Now, when you've been around as long as I have, one becomes a national treasure. People want to work with you.
Work with you or with me?
With me, Hobbs.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do, and you're going to. I've got some serious investors who want me to make another movie.
What's it about?
Up to us. Action-adventure with a quirky sci-fi twist. James Bond meets Doctor Who. Something like... not this. Better than this. Dr. Bond.
Dr. Bond?
Yeah, I said not that. Come on, you're the writer. Corporate fraud's very sexy. No, not that either.
I see. Well, what about...
not that. It's got to be for the
kids.
For a mainstream audience aged under 100 who don't know who Humphrey Bogart was.
Humphrey Bogart, Dirk Bogart.
Nobody cares. Actually, Dr. Bond's not half bad.
Especially if we give him a middle name. Sherlock.
Are you getting this down, or did your little Ladbrokes pen melt in the conflagration?
Before I write a word, there's an important matter which needs to be discussed.
Should Dr. Bond have a superpower?
No, that's not it. Obvs. Thursday. In the circumstances, which were somewhat damp underfoot at home after the ministrations of the fire brigade, I didn't see the need to depress myself any further by writing a Bakshi synopsis for a film that was clearly never going to happen. In any case, I had enough fiction on my hands compiling the list of fire-damaged items. And since Elgar had bagged the only dry spot in the flat on top of the television, I relocated my creative hub to the new betting shop in the High Street, which was celebrating its opening with balloons and, as luck would have it, cheese and chutney sandwiches. This passed the time until the local cinema opened its doors for Over 60s Silver Screen Day, with its free coffee and biscuits. Is it all right if I have another bourbon, please?
Don't give it to him. He's not 60 yet.
Really, Pearl. As I've started this coffee, I may as well finish it.
It'll be £1.50 then.
I'll just go and put my tray down, then I'll come back and give you the money.
We'll make sure he does.
Oh, hello, Mr. Reardon.
Hello, Olive. Stan, mind if I join you?
All right. You're not sitting with us once the film starts. And go and have a popcorn fight with the teenagers up in the circle.
A pistachio got me right on the back of my neck last week, just when Julia Roberts was saying she was only a girl who wanted to be loved.
Probably someone aiming at the screen. I know I would have been.
I didn't know what it was. I thought someone had got an air gun. It wasn't until I was getting ready for bed that I spotted it on the rug, and I thought, how's that pistachio got there?
You know, Olive, that's so much more interesting than anything Richard Curtis has ever written. I'm going to give you an extra merit for next week's class.
You'd need a Webley Blackhawk to make a decent hole in the screen from that distance.
No, I'll try to incorporate that into the next screenwriting seminar.
Hope he hasn't tried to wheedle a biscuit out of you. He didn't pay for his coffee either.
Sadly, I shan't be joining you for whatever piece of Alzheimer's exploitation is showing this week.
Imelda Staunton's not been all there in any of her last 3 films.
I think she's ever so clever. How do you remember not to remember your lines?
You filled in that damage report I gave you yet?
Well, that's what I've come here to do, as a matter of fact.
'Cause you got thrown out of the bookies, didn't you? I saw you.
What did you do? Eat all the sandwiches and not have a bet?
Cheese and chutney by the look of that fleece.
Maybe I'll go over to GCHQ this afternoon and try and get a bit of privacy.
I was sorry to hear about your fire. Now, mind you put everything down on the claim form, because you always lose more than you think.
Thank you, Oliver. I'll bear that in mind.
Remember when my niece had that chip pan fire and she threw her Norman's tracksuit top on it to put it out?
Yes.
She tried to claim for the tracky bots too, but the insurers wouldn't have it, so you can't take the mickey.
No, I imagine my landlord would take a very dim view of that.
I don't care what you do as long as you pay your 500 quid.
What 500 quid?
£500 excess on buildings insurance. Haven't you read your tenancy agreement?
I don't think he has.
Here comes the lad for his coffee money.
Oh dear.
Come on, Stan. Show him there's a kind heart beating under that cream leather jacket.
All right. That makes £501.50.
Hello, Pink.
Ed, I've been trying to get hold of you for like 17 million years.
Yes, my mobile was damaged in a recent setback. I'm expecting to get a replacement smartphone. Well, a reasonably intelligent or presentable one.
Yeah, there was something called a landline on your contact details. Is that like a ship-to-shore Mayday deal where you have to say over at the end?
In the interests of brevity, yes. I'm afraid that was disconnected about 35 million of your years ago.
OK, look, we've got a job for you. Jaz is prepping this award-winning movie, Harry Hobbit.
Oh, things seem to have moved on since our last brainstorming session. I turned it down when it was at the Dr. Bond stage, but now my situation has forced me to reconsider, so...
Can I just say, Ed, if you're, like, reconsidering things, you might want to roll down the turn-ups on those shorts or have your veins done, because it's not a good look.
Thank you, Ping, but I'll have you know the legs are always the last of one's attributes to go. When everything else has travelled south, you've still got your lallies.
Who said that?
Cilla Black in her second autobiography, 1997. Cilla says.
You mean you saysed it?
No, they were Cilla's own words. I admit I helped her with some of the other chapters. Women's suffrage movement, the Irish potato famine and so forth.
Well, those days are gone, Ed.
Oh, I understood they were returning, what with the overhaul of the benefits system.
No, for you, Ed.
Ah, it's our star writer.
Hello, Alex. I see Ping's been versing you in the dark arts of agent-client relations. The more lavish the praise, the more nugatory the remuneration.
He has the words, you see, Ping. There's no power on earth to match it.
Still not working?
No, I'm quite serious, Ed. I wasn't sure we'd be able to get you for Dalek Wedding. You're the linchpin for the whole project.
It's Harry Hobbit now, Alex, and don't give him any ideas.
No, I'm not interested in ideas. I admit I may have had one several years ago, but it fell on deaf ears, possibly yours, Ping. No, what I need from you is the wherewithal to have my flat redecorated. That is where my interest in Harry Dalek, or whatever it's called this morning, begins and ends.
Oh, right, Ed, if you're redecorating, you have got to use my friend Leonardo. He's like an itinerant artisan. He would be just brilliant doing the mosaics for your kitchen.
Oh, Leonardo! The guy who wears a leather cape and sleeps in hedgerows and stuff. He did my parents' wet room.
Yes, well, I'm certainly not ruling him out. Maybe after I find a suitable replacement sofa. Might have to wait until the bonkers bank holiday bonanza at Furniture Planet.
Ooh. Look, here's Leonardo's business card.
Terracotta, how unusual.
Yeah, he's actually from Pompeii.
Now that is a really cute mummified dog. Ed, is there anything we can do while the builders are working? Arrange a hotel?
Oh, well.
And maybe a researcher?
Alex.
What?
I said don't give him ideas.
Of course, this is all very tempting, but I need to know first if there really is to be a film, and that it's not just another chimera by Jaz Milvain.
There's no subtitles in it, Ed. It's a 150% British movie like Lord of the Rings.
Don't worry, Ed. The funding for Harry Hobbit's absolutely safe. A bunch of lads I know from school have got together and raised about 20 mil.
£20 million? Not in ping millions?
Yeah, no. So, if you could just get something down on paper, like a synopsis type thing, just a couple of paragraphs, Rowling-esque / Tolkien-esque.
Absolutely, and perhaps the agency could furnish me with £501.50 payable to my Rackman-esque landlord.
Not a problem.
Yeah, well, I'll have that business card back, Ed. Leonardo doesn't get out of his hedgerow for less than 10 grand.
On the contrary, Ping, those kitchen mosaics would fit very nicely into the insurance claim I'm compiling. One should never sell oneself short.
See what you've done now, Alex? Linchpin.
Right, let's just have a look at this last page again, and we'll have earned some breakfast. Ooh, haven't done an all-nighter since the rewrite on the little book of royal princesses' names. Let's see if it still stands up in the cold light of day. AAAA, builders of Berkhamstead. No job too big, no price too small. Oh no, I think that should be the other way round. Change that later. So on and so forth. Estimated total cost of work and materials, £750. Good, yes, that's sort of working. Fictional estimate 2. Leonardo da Pompeii, Reconstruzione. Very pleased with that clip art logo. Improvement on the original. Estimado, 25 grand. Oh no, that doesn't quite sing off the page. 24,000 euros. Yeah, much more believable. Down, Elgar! Oh no, it can't be John Lewis again. They came half an hour ago.
Mr. Reardon, Phil from ABC Loss Adjusters.
Oh, Phil, yes, do come in.
Thank you.
I offer you tea or coffee.
Oh, yeah, you can. Tea, please. As long as the kettle's wired correctly, don't want any more accidents, do we? Joking. I'm only joking.
Very good indeed, Phil. Might steal that from you, if I may. Use it in one of my next books.
Oh, you're a writer, then?
Yes. Non-fiction, obviously. I wouldn't know how to make things up. I don't know how they do it, those chaps. I take my hat off to them. Anthony Burgess, Robertson Davis...
Nick Hornby, the governor, as far as I'm concerned, every day of the week, and twice on Sundays.
Yes, he is... good, isn't he, sometimes?
Had the very great privilege once of assessing the damage after one of his radiators blew.
Some people would pay a lot of money to have been in your shoes.
Don't know about that. It flooded the basement, so that it had been a bit damp. Not funny.
Sorry.
Irreplaceable, some of those Arsenal ticket stubs went floating off down the road. And the bus tickets to the ground, the 4, the 19, straight into the main sewer, gone. Couldn't put a price on them. That's where the expression priceless comes from, you see.
From Nick Hornby's basement, yes. Got there first again, leaving the rest of us floundering.
Well, while we have been chatting, I've been working, doing a mental diagnostic.
And how does it compare with the maestro's damage? Not that I'm competing with him or anything.
So, we've got a replaster and paper and paint on this wall, a redeck on the walls adjoining the hallway, plus... vacuum dry your carpets, this room, and the sofa looks like a replacement.
Right, well, I could send you the estimates.
Well, no, if you've got them here, then I might as well have a look-see.
What?
This quote from Leonardo.
What's the matter with it?
He hasn't half dropped his prices.
Has he? I thought they were rather high.
He charged double that for Sting's airing cupboard. Suppose we're all having to draw our horns in these recessionary times.
Must be since Ryanair stopped flying from Herculaneum. These people look all right, Phil. AAAA builders.
I'll tell you what they look like to me. Comedians. No price too small. Can't even write English.
Well, I thought they seemed pretty reasonable.
Yeah, too reasonable. 750 quid? They're so reasonable, they're... what's the word? You're the writer.
Unreasonable?
Yeah, that's it. Have you had your third estimate yet?
Not so far. How much do you think would be an appropriate amount?
How long's a piece of string?
Yeah, I'm not asking that. I know how long a piece of string is. I've compiled more than one Christmas puzzle book. Not to mention 2 Sugars, the little book of tradesmen's clichés.
Ooh, someone got out of bed the wrong side?
Well, I'm sorry, I'm just asking what you think a reasonable, non-comical estimate would be.
Well, 2,500, that should buy the baby a bonnet.
Good. Well, we'll wait and see what BBBB builders of Berkhamstead come up with.
Now, if I can just have a look at your list of contents. Smartphone, yes. Nesta tables, good luck finding them. Box set of... Oh, no, you've spelt Bogart wrong. It's not a T on the end, it's a D-E.
No, it's you're silly on me. I call myself a screenwriter. Of factual documentaries, of course.
Anything I might have seen?
Any drinks, gentlemen, while you're looking at the menu?
Yes, please, large vodka and tonic. In fact, I'll have 2. Actually, just bring the vodka bottle, not the tonic.
Whoa, I feel like I'm sitting opposite Scott Fitzgerald.
An overrated writer, I've always thought, Alex. Couple of old fashions and he was under the Algonquin Round Table.
And how's the suite? Better than being at home in a fire-damaged flat, I expect.
Decent river view, if you put your hand in front of your face to hide the shard.
Yes, one of our investors has got an office on the 28th floor. I think he's a bit lonely. Poor old Tobes. I'll go and see him later. Take him a chocolate orange.
Yeah, might stroll across the wobbly bridge with you. Or whichever bridge it is. They'll all be wobbly by the time we get out of here.
No, Ed. You'll be locked away writing Sherlock Bond and the Pistachio of Doom. Love the new title, by the way.
I just put that down. I'm not sure if it's quite right yet.
Oh, no. We love it. And we'd like to go straight away to script stage.
Excellent. Another 12 weeks here and I should have a first draft for you.
You're going to need it a little bit sooner than that.
All right, in 6 weeks I should have most of the third act, redemption, whatever, sorted out. In which case, it would help no end, Alex, if I could have the minibar restocked twice a day instead of just the once.
Yeah, we were thinking more of getting the first draft this time tomorrow.
I'm not sure anything I could deliver tomorrow would be any good. You wouldn't be able to read it, never mind it.
Don't bother about any redemption, just think of it as speed typing. Put in a couple of erupting volcanoes. Blow up the shard, if you like, just don't hold back.
Even so, tell me, Alex, just how important is the quality of the script to this project?
If you're having any doubts, Ed, you're free to say no and go home now. And I'll send the waiter away. Ooh, Chateaubriand flambéed in Armagnac. Delish.
Consummate professionalism is an overused expression much favoured by critics, along with such banalities as pitch perfect, immaculately timed, and of course the ubiquitous beautifully crafted. I was able to turn my familiarity with hackneyed and lazy writing to good account, filling 120 pages of script with emotions and dialogue so egregious even Phil the Loss Adjuster would have run a mile from its tropes. Suspicions about the true purpose of my agent's big-budget enterprise lingered, but by 3:30 the following afternoon, when the courier arrived for the script, I was too tired to care. My eyes as glassy and pixelated as the London Gherkin, scene of murder number 5, or was it 6? And having regurgitated every lame cliché in the canon, I collapsed onto my sumptuous luxury 5-star bed like a big thing.
That's it for now from the Bayou Boys Quartet, or trio after the juggler fell asleep on his instrument. Thank you, Cliff. Back at 5.
What? 5. Quick, Sherlock. The sun's coming up. We have to stake the vampires.
Teenage vampires by any chance?
You're all right. They'll lie in bed all day. Stake them when you like.
Don't humour him. That's the most disgraceful exhibition I've ever seen in my life. If you think you're getting £10 for that non-performance...
Well, you take it out of the 500 quid I'm still owed for the script.
You can whistle for that, too.
You know how to whistle, don't you, Ed? You just put your lips together and blow.
Nah, he'd fall asleep halfway through. He'd come out like a raspberry.
Good film, though, wasn't it? Whistle down the wind.
No, that wasn't it.
What do you mean I could whistle for it? Nearly a day of my life went into that script.
As much as that. There's a lesson there. It's not as bad as some of that cobblers you spent 6 months writing, like your episode of Blake 7. They never made that either.
What do you mean?
There isn't going to be a movie.
Well, I thought, quote, all the investment was in place.
It's a tax scam. Alex's investors say they've raised 20 million. The government hands over 4 million in tax credits and VAT.
God, that's clever. Well, just like that?
Well, no, that's why they need to have a script. Any old rubbish would do, as long as there was a world-class director attached. We've been had, me old China. Can't trust anybody these days.
Oh, this is absolutely typical of the costermonger mentality and degenerate spivery that now passes for sound business practice.
Yep, I'm afraid so. But I guess it doesn't do to be too holier than thou. I got my 100 grand up front, so no damage done, really.
Of course, I'd expect Jaz Milvain to be at the front of the queue filing for moral bankruptcy.
A bit like doing dodgy insurance estimates on your home PC, Ed, only in a bigger scale.
Thank you, Ray. The irony's not completely lost on me.
Got them Parker Knowles and DVDs you put in for yet?
Nope.
Come on, everyone, we're back on. You going to put your mouth to some use this time, Reardon?
I'm sure Dirk Bogard never tap danced and whistled down the wind.
Nah, the baits.
Well, he is light on his feet.
Yes, hello, yes, once again, I'm BB building at Berkhamstead. Well, I thought you had transferred me. Yes, I'm still holding. Oh, now this thing's playing a game at me. Yes, Elgar, I know it's disruptive having to walk on polythene sheeting, but until you're prepared to get up the ladder and do some plastering, or better still, pretend to be a real builder and disappear for 3 days, this is all your fault, you know. Oh, I'm sorry, do forgive me. I'm just frustrated by the thoroughgoing incompetence. Oh, hello, yes. Well, you keep selling me faulty plasterboard. No, I am attaching it to the joists correctly. That was 2 conversations ago. It keeps splitting. No, I'm using the right thing. What, your nails, you know. Look, I have been a builder for 30 years.
No, you haven't.
Just a minute, Stan. And all that time, I have never been subjected to such discourtesy. No, I can't pick it up in the van. Obviously, I do have a van.
No, you haven't.
No, it's just my cheeky builder's mate here. Look, if you don't put me through to Mr. Travis and Mr. Perkins immediately, I'm withdrawing. Hello? No, gone.
So whatever you're doing, you managed to find something to complain about.
Well, this is just hopeless.
I'll tell you what's hopeless. Your idea of DIY. You're making a right pig's ear of it. How am I going to let this flat when you've popped your clogs?
I thought you'd be grateful. I'm trying to save you some money.
Well, you're not. This is going to cost a lot more than 2.5 grand to put right.
Well, it's only a first draft, Stan, a first coat. I mean, is that what you say?
Why don't you stick to something you know? Like the Celebrity Christmas Book Market. Don't care how much damage you do there, but you'll leave my rental properties alone.
Well, if you're sure.
Left your front door open, Reardon.
Oh, they come not single spies, but in battalions.
Spies sounds good, but we'd have to lose the battalions.
What do you mean?
Good news, the film's back on again. We're going to make your rotten script. Version of it, anyway.
Does that mean he's going to earn some money, finally?
This is Stan, my landlord, Jaz.
Hello.
Has a vested interest in this. So, what's changed in the Dream Factory?
The only way the producers are going to stay out of jail is if they have an actual film to show for their $4 million of government money.
Why not? I'm sure that's how Tilda Swinton picked her project.
Is this the script?
I might give Tilda a call, because the budget's got to come right down. Not a problem. I once made an entire episode of The Professionals with a sack of gravel and a full granada.
Well, I'll tell you what can go for a start, Jaz. These first 5 pages. Waffle.
Good point, Stan.
And I noticed there's no sex in it. So far.
I knew there was something missing. Shower scenes are cheap.
Get down, everybody. Down.
Well, that's not bad. A nuclear attack. Indoors.
No, it's John Lewis. I need to be out to get a £10 voucher.
Delivery to Mr. Reardon. He's here, hiding under a dust sheet.
God, Reardon, you're such a fraud.
Ed Reardon's Week starred Christopher Douglas, Stephanie Cole, Jonathan Bailey, Barunka O'Shaughnessy, Carys Eleri, Simon Greenall, Philip Jackson, Geoff McGivern, Alison Steadman and Geoffrey Whitehead. It was written by Christopher Douglas and Andrew Nickolds. The producer was Dawn Ellis.
And next week, Ed puts his body forward for a clinical trial. If you'd like to explore more Radio 4 comedy, tweet with the hashtag #Curious4Comedy and a comedy clip will be sent to your Twitter stream. The holiday dreams that people can't give away for free. You and Yours meets people trapped with timeshares they just don't want. And You and Yours is just after the news on FM and a news summary and shipping forecast on Longwave. First, news that Soul Music, the series that looks at the powerful and emotional effect of music, returns to Radio 4 tomorrow.
When we got outside of the store, Emmett whistled at Callum Bryant. You didn't whistle at a white woman. That was suicide. When I opened my eyes, there were 2 white men standing at the foot of my bed, and they drove away. We never saw him alive again.
Strange Fruit begins a new series of soul music.
He had been beaten, he had been tortured, then they shot him in the head, then they threw him in the Tallahatchie River.
Tomorrow morning at 11:30 on BBC Radio 4.